Fall 2023 Anime Ranked. Now, yes, this was actually supposed to be Fall 2023 ranked video. Then I realized that I actually have 10 exact anime that I actually watched. So this is basically also a top 10 Fall 23 anime video. And yes, we have to get right on it. And before we continue, I want you guys to subscribe to my channel and get me as many subscribers as possible. I'm really working hard here and trying to delve into the anime community as much as I can. Now let's get on with this video where I've ranked almost all 10 anime. But yes, there are a few exceptions that I need to discuss before we begin with the actual listings. Okay, the first nitpick that I need to address is that it includes Jiujitsu Kaisen Season 2 and Roni Kenshin. These two are not technically, Fall 2023 anime as the season started airing in summer 2023, but like most of it, that is the half of it, actually aired during this season, and that's the only reason these two are on this list, because more than half of the season aired during fall 2023, and that is one exception that you need to keep in mind while watching this video. The second exception in this video is the inclusion, actually declusion of One Piece, because One Piece is an anime that literally started in 1999 and it isn't technically counted as fall 2023, even though some of its episodes aired in fall 2023 and those were kind of the best, the Gear 5 episodes, and most of it actually aired during this time. But still I opted not to choose it because I'm a huge One Piece fan, and no matter what, I'll always put One Piece on top 1, and that isn't fair. So yes, this isn't going to be rated in this video. Another anime that isn't going to be included in this video is Zom 100. Technically, it should have been completed in summer 2023, but yes, 3 of its episodes are going to air on December 25th, and the only reason it's not on this list because I'm just ranking those episodes that actually released during the fall. And technically, these 3 episodes haven't released yet, so I can't be adding something that I haven't even watched yet. Even though I know it's going to be good, I can't really rank it anyway. So yes, that isn't going to be in this video. Okay, let's get into the meat of this video. At number 10 is Rurouni Kenshin Remake, the 2023 Season 1. And yes, I absolutely love this show, but this is this below because of a few reasons. The main problem being that I actually read the manga a few weeks prior to its release, and I actually completed it, and I absolutely fell in love with the entire story. I completed every arc. I'm caught up with the Hokkaido arc, the new manga that's going on. I love this story, and I actually watched the live action movies too. So when this anime started airing, I actually just skimmed over it. I barely glanced at it, and I didn't really have a great time because it had decent animation and not something so powerful, even because it isn't really that great in animation standards. It isn't bad, but isn't good either. So yes, I just glanced over it, and that's the only reason that it is this below. At number 9 is Shangri-La Frontier. Don't get me bad, this isn't a bad anime. None of the list has bad anime in it because I don't really watch any bad anime. I just watch the most hyped up animes, and I say that Shangri-La Frontier is actually overhyped. I thought this is going to be a isekai kind of thing, but it isn't. But it kinda is. The virtual reality gaming is something that I always dreamed of. I love the concept, but it doesn't really have that much of suspense in it. And now that I think about it, this should actually be ranked lower than Rurouni Kenshin because I love the entire story. But since this was the anime that I actually watched, it is higher up on the list. There's nothing really great to say about this anime according to me. At number 8 is Spy X Family Season 2, and I have to say I loved the first season of Spy Family, and that is also an understatement. I loved everything that had to do with Anya, and it had some kind of fresh feel to it. That was like one of my first gag anime or something like that. But yes, the second season was, it made me laugh here and there, but I never really enjoyed it as much as I thought I would. I guess I was just overly expecting things from this. It is a gag thing, and I wanted the story to move forward, but it rarely does, and it still gets away with it. I really love Anya, and I was kind of sad that she wasn't there for most of the season. There were some amazing moments. I laughed a lot, and it is a good anime, but it's still not that great compared to the rest of them on the list. At number 7 is Tokyo Revengers Tenkiju arc, and I have to say, I was kind of thinking of putting Spy Family ahead of it, but no. Tokyo Revengers is always hype for me. Whenever Mikey shows up, it's amazing. The problem being that it basically feels like a repeat of every previous arc again and again. You know, the same gang war type, Takemichi standing up to the villain, not fighting still, but still bleeding and not giving up. Then suddenly Mikey and Dragon show up and they beat them up. That's exactly what happens mostly in every Tokyo Revengers arc. I know people say that Tokyo Revengers started falling. I still love it. There were some moments that I didn't expect, like Emma dying and other stuff, like Mikey getting to know about time travel, etc. There were some things, yes, I kinda enjoyed it. At number 6 is Freein Beyond Journey's End or So no Freein, and I have to say this was actually in the 10th place before, and that was because I had watched only the first two episodes. It had an interesting plot, kind of an isekai, it isn't, even though it isn't, but I wasn't really, attracted to the story fully, but that was until yesterday where I actually binge watched the rest of the season, and I love the story especially because of Stark and Fern and their comedy scenes, and Frieren becoming a badass once in a while. I really love the story so far. I don't know where the future goes, but it looks like we have a certain goal in mind. So this actually made me open my eyes, and I think this is one of the rare gems of an anime that actually was a hit this year. There are a few like that, like Oshinoko, and this is also one of them. Okay, let's speed things up. At number 5 is Undead Unlock. This is a story that I never thought would be this complicated. The missions, the book that gives 6 things to do and being rewarded, or else they get a penalty, and them being divided into teams, adding a new member. This is amazing. These negators, this power system, everything is amazing about this show. I don't know why people don't watch it. They say the first half of the manga is made and the next half is peak. Well, if this is considered mid, then I don't know what the peak is that everyone is talking about. I'm still bummed out that they haven't yet animated Sakamoto Days, but yes, this is Undead Unlock is amazing. I really wish it gets a second season too, and I think it's going to have a 24 episode season, and which I always love. I love the characters already. This is amazing. I'm excited for more. At number 4 is 100 Girlfriends Who Really Really Love You. This is an anime that I never thought I would enjoy. This is a kind of ecchi anime and the kind of satirical of, basic romance anime. A guy who is on a mission to get 100 girlfriends and who all actually are accept polygamy and actually are in love at the same time with him. This is so weird, and I thought I would definitely hate it, but it also has a fun vibe to it because it kind of breaks the fourth wall. It knows what it's doing, it knows what the audience. So I really had a fun time. I laughed at it. It's a ridiculous plot, I know. It doesn't have serious implications or stakes at cost here, and nothing else. It's just pure fun, and this is one of my guilty pleasure anime of all time. I really love the story, and I am so hyped for the next season. Number 3 is Doctor Stone New World Part 2, and I always love Doctor Stone. Doctor Stone is one of those few anime that I always genuinely smile at each and every episode. It's science, it's something that I love. I'm a nerd. Yes, I agree, I'm a nerd. But yes, this is an interesting plot. Again, this is the first time, I guess, in Doctor Stone where the conflict and stakes are real. The petrification beam, everything, the science used behind this, them creating a gun, all hype moments. The villains are actually goated. Ibara and Moz and Kirisame, they're all amazing. Every character is always utilized in the best way possible by the creator. I always love how how everyone brings something to the table in this story, and I'm really excited for the future seasons. At number 2 is Attack on Titan, the finale part 2. I have to say, even though most of them don't like the ending, the manga ending was received very negatively, but somehow the anime, even though it adapted the same manga, like it's a one-on-one copy, but still it harbored fans and people actually got emotional seeing it. One of them was me, even though I literally watched Attack on Titan last year for the first time. It's still amazing to see Uran's ultimate return and the finale of a fan beloved series. I know that there's so many things that's wrong with this, but I still loved it. The animation was peak as always, the final battle was amazing, and I have to give this one I mean, Attack on Titan is still considered peak. So finally, at top 1 is none other than Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. I know it is probably one of my favorite seasons of all time. I wouldn't really rank it at number 1 during the summer, but now I have to because it's amazing. The plot is amazing. Shibuya is the best arc in all of Jujutsu Kaisen, and somehow Mappa did an amazing job at animating this. It felt like I was watching an amazing movie with amazing animation. I know they are being overworked and probably dying inside, but still, they did some kind of best work that I always loved. Sukuna, the fights are amazing, everything's amazing in this season, and I really wish Mappa gets its rest after this one. They deserve it because I would say that this has one of the best animation in anime history.